right, everybody. Hello, hello. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in, as always, as I'm getting my final few things loaded here and getting the chat room up so I can see everybody. I got some funny stuff. I'm going to read to you here in just a second a funny response that I sent out today to one of my viewers that I thought you guys might find funny. I'm not going to call them out by name, of course. And I also want to talk about a lot of different things that are happening. It's not a real busy day, but there's stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff I'd love to talk to you guys about, and we're going to get into that here in just a minute. I just want to give everybody a few minutes to come in. I have begun assembling the remote broadcast equipment that I'm going to need for my car so that I can start, I can do better job. I shouldn't say start because I've been doing it. I want to do a better job of getting out there and being able to do remote broadcasting. It means a lot to me. I want to be able to, hey Victor, I want to be able to do whatever. I want to be able to broadcast in, you know, if there's a big building fire, if there's a storm, if there's a hurricane, I want to be not only prepared to go there in my vehicle and broadcast from my vehicle, but I'm also going to be set up to deploy cameras. I'm going to have at least one to start with, camera set up in a waterproof box with the adapters on the back to hook it onto a pole, with the battery, the air card, everything in there, all self-contained, and that will go in a bracket in my trunk. When I go out, if I go to chase a storm, I can jump out and throw this on a telephone pole real quick and keep right on driving. And it will have pan tilt zoom. I'm wanting to eventually have a fleet of these things. I want to be able to eventually have people out there in other areas that when a storm's coming to hit you, I'll mail you 2 of these camera boxes and you put them up and we broadcast it live. There's some really cool ideas I've got coming up, and I haven't discussed a lot of this stuff with you. A little bit, it's a little proprietary. I don't want to get, it's really good ideas, and and some of it's already kind of being done here and there, and I don't want to get it all out there too bad, but it's going to be really neat. It's going to be a fun system. I'm going to be set up to where my car will be able to broadcast over multiple cellular services. One of the things I purchased that will be here on Sunday is a multiple air card. Basically what it is, you guys have heard of a jetpack or an air card. Those are kind of older names for basically a Wi-Fi G5, 5G to Wi-Fi connection. In other words, it takes the cellular signals off the cellular towers and allows your computer to connect through Wi-Fi or your phone or your tablet. Well, I've been using these things for a while, and they're not great reliable, but they work. I bought one now, it was over $100, $150 I think it was. I bought one that takes 2 SIM cards. And there's 2 big things about this that make it different. Number one, it takes 2 SIM cards. I'm going to have an AT&T SIM card, which I already have, and a T-Mobile SIM card, which I already have. And I'm going to put them both in this one device. And the device will internet share between the 2 services. So if one goes down, the other one picks it up. And it has 3 antenna connections. 1 for your internal Wi-Fi and 2 for your cell services, 1 for each. So I'm going to be buying NMO magnet mounts to go on my car that are going to have those little stubby antennas on them, and they'll go up on the roof. And I'll have 1 on each side, for one for each cell service. So not only am I going to have a device, number one, that's commercial grade, it's designed to go like out in the middle of cow pastures or on construction sites or things like that. It's designed to provide stationary internet for like a construction office or something of that degree. This is going to work great. It's going to be amazing. I'll have this in the car, and then anywhere my car is, I've got Wi-Fi. I can connect to it. I can be 50 feet from my car and still connect to my car's Wi-Fi, and my car will broadcast it out on both T-Mobile and to AT&T. This is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be awesome. Hey, Comms Prepper, Jungle, and hey, Richard. Yeah, this is going to be cool. And so basically my car will become a broadcast station in itself. And I purchased a $1,200 laptop today. It'll be here on Monday or so. I'm having it shipped to a third-party secure location. That is going to be awesome. It is a Ryzen 9 gaming platform. It's got high bus rates. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a 1 terabyte single solid state hard drive. It's got a gaming screen, high res, and I bought the side screen that clips on the side of it, so it'll have 2 screens basically. When you pull the laptop out, you then pull the screen out and it just clicks on. I got so that's going to be amazing. That will go in my car, so I'll have 2 screens in the right seat, plus the tablet. I'll have the tablet up by the front, right to the right of the air conditioner, and then just to the right of that, there's going to be the laptop with the screen to the right. So with that, I bought 2 $100+ pan tilt zoom web cameras. These are going in the rear deck of the car and the front deck of the car. And with these, I can now show anything I want. They go up, they go down, they go left, right. They say they have optical zoom. I think they were $140 a piece. I got them Black Friday for $100. I got 7 different Black Friday deals today. I probably saved $300. I'm not a big Black Friday guy, but I happen to be buying this stuff at the right time. And if I could, I would take the title and put it back in again. And then I would look for the cheapest one and find one that had the Black Friday and buy that one, and I would get the best deal. That's how I was doing it. Oh, hey, that's right, Heath. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks, Heath. Evening, Junior. I don't know why my channel's doing this again. I don't know what to do about it. I'd complain, but nobody'd listen but you guys, and that's no fun. We'll get it figured out, though. It's not a big deal as long as we can all get here and everything is good. All right, so anyway, all that stuff that I just mentioned to you is en route already. Some other things I bought. I bought a DVI capture device. Now, what this is for, the back of my new... Come on over, Daddy, and say hi. The back of my new radio, okay? The back of the new... Yaesu FT710, my new baby. That radio has a DVI output. Now, a lot of you may not know what a DVI output is. Have you ever seen one of those goofy monitor cables that has like the one long flat plug in it? It's like twice the size of the regular one. That's a DVI. It was a good idea that never really took off, and HDMI came out and it kind of went away. But anyway, the point is, this radio has an output that's DVI. I can come out of that, and I bought a brand new cable too for $7, and I can go DVI out of my radio into this box. This is already on the way. It's going to be this is coming Sunday. This box will then get powered. I power it with a USB-C. And what it does, it takes the DVI that's coming out of my radio and turns it into a webcam. So in other words, as I'm using the radio, I have a pan tilt zoom on the front and a pan tilt zoom on the back, plus you can see the high resolution screen on my brand new radio, plus there'll be a little camera there on me, and God knows what else. I'm excited about this. This is going to be really, really cool. Whether I'm doing radio or not, I'm going to have 3 cameras, and at least 3 cameras in the car, and 2 of them are pan tilt zoom. It's going to be really cool. I'm also looking at possibly putting one on the roof. The ones I have are not weatherproof, but I'm looking at options, and I'm looking at, they get real expensive when you go to the ones like my station used. They've got like a $4,000 rig that sits on the roof, and it looks like one of those electronic boat spotlights, but it's a camera. And that thing's expensive, and I can't afford that. But yeah, pets to Daddy Kitty. And these kittens have showed up. I got 4 or 5 kittens running around outside. They're not ours. They belong next door, but the food's over here. I don't think they're feeding them. I think they're having a short week or something, because they've been over here a lot. Well, he walked out earlier. The reason he gets his name Daddy Kitty, he walked out there earlier and he saw those kittens, and he went over and he laid down and started rolling around, and they all came over and got in his fur. I've never seen anything like it. He loves kittens. He just loves them. Now, once they get so old, they start running around, they're teenagers, he don't give a shit about them no more. But when they're little babies like that, they'll all roll and lay all over him. He gets a little pissy when they start trying to suck on his nipples. He kicks them off. But he loves little kittens. He just loves them. And he just sits out there. And so now for 3 days, he's been living in here, but he wants to go out because he wants to hang out with his little kittens that he's got out there. Yeah, basically it's PTZ. It's controlled through the computer. There's a program that I'll have up on the screen, and I can just bring it forward, and then each camera will pan, tilt, zoom. It's like a little on-screen joystick. It's kind of like I have with these cheap Chinese ones I've got now here at my house, What's nice about it is I don't have to get out of the car to go move the camera. What else is nice about it? I can take the camera 30 feet over there, and they're wireless. I can take it over there and stick it over there. I've got other ones that are wireless I can take. This is going to open up so many possibilities for us, because I'm going to be able to provide you guys. I know I'm covering the Edison Paginal Light. I may be helping a friend with the Edison Paginal Light do his stuff, but if I do, I'll still be carrying it on my channel. But the Edison Paginal Light is one of the largest night parades in the country. It's been going on. It celebrates Thomas Alva Edison. It's coming up in, I believe, late January, and I'm going to be covering that live as a Sights and Sound show that night. And I will be on location with my computer, with multiple pan, tilt, zoom cameras, producing the coverage for you guys right there on the side of the road. I'm so excited. This is going to be so awesome. I thought of 5 other words that I shouldn't say on the air. But this is going to be so amazing. And so with the multi-screen, with the multiple pan, tilt, zoom cameras, plus I have a lapel mic, a wireless lapel mic, I'm going to really be able to up the ante on my production quality. I'm talking about I'm going to be able to really, really provide better coverage of events, better coverage of things. If money starts coming in better, I'm going to start traveling to events. I'm going to start driving to Fantasy Fest in the Keys, and I'm going to start driving to different events here, and start doing my thing at different places, and with my new system, I can pull in front of a coffee shop that's closed and connect to their Wi-Fi in my car. Now I got dual cellular, but I can also connect to a Wi-Fi as a primary or tertiary, and I can actually sit there in the parking lot of a closed coffee shop and produce this multi-screen show on my new laptop. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the ability. Hey, Car, I was just telling him, Car, about all of the new equipment that's on the way. And I bought that dual cellular SIM card thing. I got the DVI capture for the video on the radio, and I bought my laptop. I got a really nice gaming laptop coming. Yeah, Daddy Kitty. Yeah, Car, I haven't even told you yet, but the little black kitty from in the back that's got kind of a messed up mouth, that kitty brought her kittens over. And I also think one of these other ones might have one, but she's bringing her 4 or 5 over now. Well, Daddy Kitty saw him. So he's been going out there every day and rolling around in kittens, and they're all loving on him and everything. You should see it. It's pathetic. He's amazing. But anyway, so yeah, what else? So better cameras. The audio problem with the air conditioner is being resolved. I bought some more equipment for that, so hopefully within a week that will be resolved. You won't be hearing this air conditioner anymore, and my volume will be louder and the air conditioner will be less. Yeah, I know. So anyway, they're cute little kitties. A couple of them got eyes messed up, but I don't think it's anything really bad. 2 gray ones, 2 black ones, I think, and 1 other one. I don't know. We'll get them adopted. We'll get them home as we always do. I mean, my God, I don't know. I get all mine fixed. I don't know what to do. Anyway, but that's what I got to report there. If I'll look out in a minute, if I see one, I'll bring it in and show you guys. They're the cutest little things. They're very thin. I'm giving them wet food twice a day. I'm going through 3 cans of wet food a day right now. 3 of the big cans of wet food, because I'm giving these kittens wet food twice a day now. I'm making sure that the kittens get it, because they're very thin and I'm worried about them. But they're eating shitloads of food. So hopefully, I'm going to look. Hopefully in the next 4 or 5 days, those ribs will go away and the back haunches will go away and they'll start looking like normal cats again. This little mama is too small to be having babies. She's like a runt. And I don't think she's producing much in the way of milk. I think that's the problem. Anyway, there you go. That's my saga here. As everything else is going on, pumps breaking and lawnmowers breaking and everything else going crazy here. And now I've got all this new equipment coming in that I got to learn and train with and install. It's just a busy time. And now on top of it, I got kittens. So, oh boy. It's all right, though. I love them little critters. I just fall in love with them the moment I touch them. I can't help it. I'll look that up. Let me put that in my show notes. I'm going to check that. Yeah, they sell kitty formula. These cats are... they're just about when we would wean them off the milk anyway, and they're eating wet food like little bandits, so they'll be all right. Now that they're on the wet food, they'll fatten right up. And the way I'm feeding it to them, I'm giving them basically until they're done, until they're a little fat, you know what. So yeah, they'll be fine. I'm not worried about that now. Hey, Daddy, I need my mouse. Can I take this? I'm going to put this over here because I don't want to disturb Daddy Kitty. All right. Yeah, they sell kitty formula, and I'm going to tell you guys something. If you need to use cat formula, do it. It works. It's good. Don't buy the cheap purple boxes at Walmart that say cat milk. All that is goat milk. It's homogenized goat milk. That's all it is. You're better going to Tractor Supply or a feed store and buying real cat milk. It's in a powder form. You mix it with water, and it's actually a lot better for them than that chicken shit you buy at Walmart. So, no, I feed everything. If it's a cat and it walks up here, I feed it. I'm probably feeding a few squirrels and a raccoon too, to tell you the truth. But I feed and a possum. I've seen a possum a few times in the last few months. She's a nasty bitch. She always hisses at me. But I feed them all, dude. Nobody goes hungry within my radius. You know what I mean? I don't care. Cat food's not that expensive. It is, but it isn't. I buy a flat of cans, which is 12 cans, for about $10, and I buy about 2 of those a week. And so 20 bucks, and I go through one 18-pound bag of dry food. That's about 20 bucks, 25 bucks. So we're at $45 right there. But that's about that. And then litter, I buy litter, cat litter, or as I call it, clitter, because it's easier. But I buy, every couple weeks I buy a couple things of cat litter at $6 a piece. But that's it. I mean, with all the joy and love that they give me and the attention, they all come out rushing to see me when I get home from work now. Now that I'm the only one here, family's away at work, I'm the only one here. I'm the only one they see. So now when I get home from work, it's a freaking stampede. I had to get out of the car, get 3 kittens out of the driveway and move them into the house and close the door, and then go back out and then come in and honk at 3 more cats that kept getting in my way. That was how I got in. Yeah, possums are cool. We used to have one we called Kathy at a place that I lived with my wife, and this was a neat. She was kind of cool. She come right up and sniff your leg. She was pretty friendly. We didn't pet her or anything, but her name was Kathy. Kathy the possum. Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about tonight? Well, I want to read you guys something. I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't write this. I did. I want to tell you guys. I had somebody give me a hard time in the chat, which there's nothing unusual about that. But I will say I'm kind of surprised that 90% of my chats, my messages on my videos, they tend to be 90+% positive, and I really do appreciate that. I really do. But every now and then I get one that's a little negative, and I wasn't really sure about this one at first. I put up a post that said, you need the government's position, you need the government's permission to vote, the government's position to drive, the government's permission to whatever. I had like 6 or 8 things on there. You guys probably remember the post. And it said, are we truly free? I thought it was pretty straightforward, but I had someone who I don't think is subscribed to my channel come in and write, do you like communism? And I'm like, how could you read that wrong? The picture and the text both spell it out really simply. I'm anti-communism. We're only 180 degrees wrong. But that's not the funny part. And how many starships have you ever been on? How many starships have you ever been on? Giving me a hard time about the name of my channel, Starship Adventures. And I'm like, huh? What? You're gonna give me a hard time because I actually have never actually been on a starship? I've been on a starship set. I think that's good enough. But okay. I've never been on a starship. You got me. My response was the following. It is the name of the channel. That is all. How many rockets has Rocket Mortgage been on? How many kings does the Tire Kingdom have? Dollar Tree certainly has no trees. Outback Steakhouse is not from Australia. The Cheesecake Factory is not even a factory. Planet Fitness is not an actual planet. Nothing stops at GameStop. Radio Shack is not a shack at all. And Pizza Hut has never been in a hut. Office Depot's certainly not a depot. Cracker Barrel has no crackers on the menu and no barrels anywhere. Chipotle Mexican Grill is not Mexican, and technically it's not a grill. So sometimes a name is just a name. I have received a lot of compliments on my name being creative and provoking interest in what I do here. And that was it. That was my response. I am waiting for them to write back. I just thought you guys would find that funny. Oh, giving me a hard time because I called it Starship Adventures. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to have to break some bad news for you tonight. I don't actually own a Starship. I lied. I'm sorry. I don't actually own it. I can't load you up, beam you up, shuttle you up. There's nothing I can do because I don't own a Starship. You caught me. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I got a kick out of this. I sat here and laughed this morning. I laughed at it, and then I wrote this and laughed at that. And then I sent it to about 10 friends. Yeah, but like the one Herschel sitting. Oh, my God. Okay, let's just not worry about that. Somebody always has to be critical. Anyway, the point is I've never been to a Cracker Barrel that's actually in a barrel. No. All the ones I've ever been to, and I've been to probably 40 different ones, because I do like Cracker Barrel. I think it's a bit overpriced, but I do like it. Every one I've ever been to has been the standard traditional gray with the fireplace, two-sided dining, and the checkout on the way out in the store. It's pretty much all the same. So I don't know. I haven't actually. I would like to see that though, if there's like a different style one. I like this game. We need more examples. Yeah, well, I could come up with more. I could. I kept thinking. I at first it struck me as, well, yeah, I mean, but I thought people would understand, you know. And then I got thinking about it. Stupid. Everything's called something it's not. Everything is called something it's not. I don't know. Whatever. It didn't bother me. It was actually hilarious. Storm Guy, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's just go with good. I think great's overselling me just a bit. All right, anyway. All right, let's see what else we got to go on tonight. The next thing. That Comet Atlas I3, everybody keeps asking me to cover it, and I will cover it. I will do it here. I'm going to actually put on all of the pictures we've been getting are right now in the lower right corner of your screen. These are all different pictures that have been coming in from both NASA and also from private telescope owners and also some university telescopes. We're getting some different shots, but here's the key you need to know. NASA is sending out crap. What's going on? I've been on this NASA website. I've gone from top to bottom, and they kept talking about high resolution shots. Some of these look like they didn't take the lens cover off. Other ones look like they didn't focus the lens. Now, I know this thing's very far away, but it wasn't that far away from Mars. I would have thought we would have got better pictures. And since it took them a week to put the pictures out, which is typical for NASA, let's scrub all the good stuff out. We'll send you the rest. And I don't know. I absolutely just, I'm not wanting to add this to my conspiracy list right now, because I'm not a big conspiracy guy. But this bugs me. Every time we deal with NASA and them releasing images on a timed basis and all this, I just don't like it. I just don't like. Why? Yeah, that's it. I kept kidding around last night. Look, I think I can see people waving in the window. And that's blue one here that just came up. That's 100,000 miles away. That's the best they can do. This thing is now. I guess in NASA's defense, because this is true, and I'm gonna give both sides like I like to do. It was very far away from Mars, even though it's going to be a lot further away from us. It was still like 0.6 or 0.7 AU, which is a lot. That's like half the distance between here and the sun. So it was a ways from Mars, but it did make a close pass, 100,000 miles. That's about how far it was to my grandma's house when I was a kid. 100,000 miles. I remember that. But so I would have expected better shots than this. I don't know. I guess my ass. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe these things, this is the best they can do. I don't expect the Mars rover down on the planet to use its standard spectrograph, whatever, and get a good picture of some interstellar object that's 100,000 miles away. I get that, but some of these, they oversold it. They told us we were going to get high-res pictures of this thing, and then when they finally released them, I think it was cruddy. This one right here that just came up, backyard telescope. That's the best picture we have of it yet. Backyard telescope. Why is nobody releasing anything from these larger why is Webb and what's the other one, Hubble, and all these, why are we not pointing everything we have at this thing? I don't understand why. I don't understand. I don't want to think. I really, Daddy, God bless America, I don't want to think this is another conspiracy. God knows there's enough of them right now. I need a catalog. But I'm starting to, because remember, today's conspiracies is tomorrow's breaking news. That's my saying of the week, because of the whole thing with the CDC releasing last night that they no longer believe that there's no correlation. That's a double negative. Let me go back. They now believe that there might be a correlation between vaccine delivery, and autism. How many years have we been saying this? And those bastards rolled their eyes at us. And all the time they knew. And now they're slowly acclimating. This was released with no press release. They just changed the wording on their website. This is what they call a slow rollout, or an acclimation period, where they're going to slowly tell us, we think there might be some relation between the two. The next week, there might be a little more than might be. There possibly could be. And they're going to keep doing that for the next 2 or 3 years until finally they're going to go, yeah, this is what causes it. But they're really struggling right now. Why? Because they believe that if we stop taking childhood vaccines, that many children will die. Is that a concern? Possibly. I don't know enough to tell you. I will tell you it is a concern because I don't know. But it's also a concern how many kids are coming up autistic. And the numbers are staggering. I'm going to pull them up here. Let me see here. ChatGPT goes, how many of what? It gave me a question mark. I forgot to put the word autism in there. About 1 in 31. Now, dude, listen to what I just said. 1 in 31. That means if you're going to have a child in the next year, let's say you're going to have a child, it's got about a 4% chance of being autistic. I mean, that's incredible. The boys' rate's much higher. For boys, it's 14.3 per thousand. Oh no, wait. Boys are 49 per 1,000. Girls are 14 per 1,000. That's incredible. So if your child's a boy, it's like 1 in 24. That's a 4 or 5% chance of being autistic for every child that's born, every boy. That's incredible. I'm telling you guys, this is a problem. And I've been bitching about this for years. I've been talking about this absolutely for years, and nobody ever wants to listen to it. It's like, no, oh God, come on, vaccines are con. The CDC just changed its mind. It now says there may be there may be correlation, and they are now going to start testing and figuring out what's going on. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fairly typical winter, maybe a little snowier than usual. It's definitely going to be really snowy here in Florida. Okay, so that's what happened last night. And also the AI Atlas. That's all I had on that. I did want to give you guys that roll of pictures that I'd come up with from both NASA and private locations. And hopefully, as this thing draws near, when I say near, it's going to be 1.6 AU away from us. Remember, AU stands for Astronomical Unit. 1 AU is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So this thing's going to be 1.5 times the distance between here and the Sun. So that's pretty damn far away, really. A rough winter in Minnesota. That's almost in the cards. Oh my God, you guys have some winters up there, boy. Wow, wow. All right. All right. So anyway, that's what I had on that. As far as weather around the country goes right now, there's nothing going on. It's quiet. The highest alert I have right now is nothing. I got 6 special weather statements right now, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing going on out there. There's nothing going on worldwide, or I'm sorry, nationwide. But what is going on? See that the 2 green circles here and this green circle? There is a chance for something to pop up there in the next few hours, but I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. This is one of those special weather statements up here, and so there is some crap coming through here that's starting to move into the Atlanta area, or north of the Atlanta area, I should say. But it's just mostly rain. I don't really see any real bad weather from this. And yeah, that circle up there, that's my cabin. But yeah, I don't see much in the way of this it being severe. It's just regular old weather. And so I'm going to leave this on here and we'll keep looking at it, but I don't think there's really much to report there. All right, on the screens above, we've got Portland and, believe it or not, North Carolina. We're Charlotte, North Carolina. We're getting some protesting going on there. And it has thinned out a bit, but there is still some live cams going out on 3 or 4 different services. Get off the keyboard or you're going outside. You're going to take me off the air. Dude, seriously. He's one of them cats, the moment you try to move him, he digs in. Stubborn. Man, don't you want to go out with your little kittens? It's like, I'm getting too old to raise kittens. Look at this guy with the car thing on right above me here. This guy right here. Look at this guy. He's wearing a car costume, and it says douchebag on the back. I believe it. I mean, you don't have to convince me. So, to finish telling you guys, since we've went through the 2 big news items I have today, we'll do the other smaller stuff here in a few minutes. I did want to mention to you guys that I got another couple things. I went ahead and Baofeng sent me a few radios a while back to do reviews on, and I did them, and then I haven't heard back from them, so I don't, who knows, whatever. So I went ahead and bought the new Baofeng UV32. That's the one that looks like the public service model of the Motorola's, and it's a really cool radio, and I've got it coming, and I'm going to do a product review on it. But 36 bucks, 36 bucks. 10 watts, comes with a long and a short antenna, comes with a USB-C charger and a cradle charger, comes with a belt pouch, like would go on a police belt, comes with the earpiece, of course, and it comes with the radio, and it programs with the standard programming cable. You can't go wrong. 36 bucks. So I bought one. So I expect that. I'm going to be doing a video. I haven't done one in a while. I'm going to be doing a produced video on this radio when it arrives. I'm going to be getting this one tomorrow. I'll probably show it to you guys tomorrow on the air. Maybe you know what I'll do? I'll unbox it. I'll unbox it tomorrow on the air and see it for the first time. I won't open the box till I see you guys. And yes, it's Saturday night, but I'll probably come on tomorrow night. My plan is to come on tomorrow night unless something comes up. Congress critters. I love it. No, let me see. Oh, what the? I hate when it does that. Where does it get a set of coordinates from? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, I have heard about this thing. Okay, let's see here. The TR-3B is said to be like nothing we've ever seen before. Hold on just a second. I'm working on this new way to provide you guys with images, and what I can do is go into a file. I've got a file on my desktop, and all I have to do is drag an image into that file, and then I can come in here and turn on that right screen. And hopefully it'll work. I don't know. We're going to try it. But anyway, these are the photos of the images that go along with this, if it's going to work. Hey, W. Frazier, what's up? Thanks for joining. I appreciate that. What do I got to do to get this thing to work? Come on, man. See, that sucks. They've got this, it's called Slideshow, and you can designate a folder on your computer. You just set up a folder, and then, oh, thanks, Rockford. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, Fraser Jr. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will do that. I'll get some cat milk for them kitties tomorrow when I go up there. Hey, what's up, man? Rolling in late tonight. Yeah, thanks again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. And thank you all you guys for being here. I really do. I appreciate you guys being here. All right, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure this out. Why it won't transition or do anything. Well, I did this last time. I'll have to do it again. I just get rid of the... There we go. There we go. Okay, these are the pictures that are in the article. I'm going to read through this article with you guys. This is on the TR-3B. It's said to be like nothing we've ever seen before. The TR-3A may have been a fairly grounded story about a stealthy reconnaissance platform designed to operate alongside the F-117, but the story gets a whole lot stranger when discussing long-standing claims of the TR-3B. Unlike the turbojet-powered TR-3A, the TR-3B is supposedly powered by a reverse-engineered anti-gravity drive that was recovered from a crashed alien spacecraft. The TR-3B is where reports of UAPs performing seemingly impossible aerial maneuvers intersect with stories about very real aircraft. There are lots of claims over the internet about TR-3B's anti-gravity drive. Most of it includes using nuclear power to rotate highly pressured mercury to produce plasma, in a turn the gravitational field. Most stories about the TR-3B's development resolve around Operation Paperclip, the program that saw the United States absorb more than 1,500 German scientists and engineers at the end of World War II to continue work on various defense technologies. We have discussed in the past how myths about advanced Nazi technology were born in the years after World War II, and as the folklore surrounding the anti-gravity platform matured over the years, it was not exempt from the reach of Wonder Waffle claims. Despite how silly these claims sound, there was actually some evidence to substantiate elements of them. Despite how silly these claims sound, hold on. For example, an anti-gravity drive of the sort believers claim the power of the TR-3B would require massive amounts of power to produce. Yeah, I would probably more. But if you're reverse engineering something that came from a alien spacecraft, it may use whatever its fuel source is a lot more efficiently than you would expect. Lockheed Martin does not have a patent for containerized fusion reactors. They say could be small enough to fit inside the fuselage. They do have them. They do have containerized fusion reactors they're working on. The most unbelievable aspect of the TR-3B could potentially be explained by the work of one aerospace engineer who reportedly now is employed by the U.S. Air Force. In 2020, the U.S. Navy filed a series of extremely unusual new patents pertaining to the sort of seemingly science fiction technology found in claims about the TR-3B. These patents cover a wide range of topics, from gravitational wave generators to space-time modification weapons. And they all have one thing in common, or rather one person, Dr. Salvador Cesar Paris. According to Paris's official biography, he spent time at the NASA Graduate Research Fellow and Advanced Concepts Analysis at Northrop Grumman, the same firm reportedly behind the TR-3A, the department of the U.S. Strategic Systems Program, and now, according to reports, he's with the U.S. Space Force. So far, it's been confirmed that the Navy has poured at least $466,000, that's only about 12 toilet seats, into helping advanced advanced Paris's work since 2017. Much of the work has subsequently been made public in the form of 3 patents filed by the Navy. The first, which came in 2016 with the title Craft Using Inertial Mass Reduction Device. That's what I've been talking about. That's it right there. That's what's required for advanced travel. That's what's required for faster than light travel. That's what's required to make hairpin turns at Mach 15. That's what's required right there. They just said it. Craft using inertial mass reduction device. If you can manipulate the mass of something, you can manipulate gravity itself. We could literally build a big platform, okay? Load 10,000 containers on it, like the ones you find on container ships. We could load on there 5 times more containers than you would put on a container ship, and you press the button and it floats up and you just float it across the ocean. It'll be there in 3 or 4 days. Think about what this would do. This would reduce the need for most fossil fuels right here. All this time they've been trying to push all this bullshit on us that wasn't ready to be used, when they got the solution right here. If they're working with this, they should be able to counteract the effects of inertia and to null the effects of gravity. Those are the 2 big things right there that you have to do for interstellar travel. If it wasn't shocking enough, here's how the Navy PowerPoint slide labeled for the internal use only explains the implications of Dr. Pear's technology as revealed by a Freedom of Information Act request. Imagine this is the slide that they showed internally. It was not supposed to get out. What is the Navy's potential use for this invention? Number 1. Imagine your Navy ship, submarine, aircraft, and Marine Corps armored ground vehicle being powered with safe, reliable, virtually limitless fusion energy. Imagine the power of the sun confined in a compact, relatively small space. With the plasma compression fusion device, the PCFD, this figment of imagination becomes an actual reality. The present invention can produce power in the gigawatt to terawatt range and higher, with input power in the kilowatt and megawatt range. That's you're taking the input power and you're growing it exponentially 100 to 1,000 times. Holy shit. And possibly led to ignition plasma burn. Under uniquely defined conditions, the plasma compression fusion drive can lead to a development of a space-time modification weapon, an SMW. Guys, this is real shit. I mean, holy crap. A weapon that can make the hydrogen bomb seem like a firecracker. Why do we need to make the hydrogen bomb seem like a firecracker? Extremely high energy levels can be achieved with this invention under pulsed ultra-high current, ultra-high magnetic flux density, and Z-pinch with a fusion twist. Sounds like a drink. Is there a potential for commercial use? Yes. The design of thermonuclear fusion reactors, safe, reliable, limitless energy for commercial electrical generation. What this means is in 30 years, 20 years, maybe 10 years, if you have a factory outside of town, you can just buy you a little nuke. It comes in the size of a back of a semi truck, and you just bring it in there and you just install that little puppy out on the corner of your property, and it'll sit out there and just do its thing, making you all kinds of electricity. We're getting there, I'm telling you. The design of fusion-driven aircraft jet engines and the design of fusion-induced intergalactic space drives. the design of fusion-induced intergalactic space drive. Now, there's no reason to create a space drive unless you've created inertial dampening and anti-gravity and all these other things. So this is amazing. This is crazy. China is already investing significantly in this area. Sheely told patent examiner Philip Bonzo that would prefer we, the U.S., hold the patent as opposed to paying forever more to use this revolutionary technology, as he asserts. This will become a reality. Docs show Navy got UFO patent granted by warning of similar Chinese tech advances. So they're literally pushing these patents through to make sure that we don't lose the rights to this stuff, because it's going to be big and everybody's going to be getting it. Boy, this does go in depth. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This does go more way in depth from here. I'm going to leave this, of course, as always. There's your link in the chat room. So you guys can go check it out at your leisure. But that's the information I got. You guys, please go check it out and see what you think, and let me know what you think. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to go through here. This whole thing with Trump meeting with Mamdani today, it kind of aggravated the conservatives that he would meet with this socialist, and then it kind of pissed off the socialists that he met with Trump, and then it pissed off the moderates that he met with Trump, and then it seemed to piss off everybody that Trump met with him, and then it pissed off, I don't know. I don't understand why it was even necessary. And then Trump, like, gave him flowers at the end. I mean, not literally, but I mean, he talked like, yeah, we talked. It was a good talk. He might do a good job. Let's see, you know, type of thing. I don't know. You were calling him Kami Memdami about a few weeks ago. Whatever. I don't care. Brought to you by Snapple. Yeah, whatever. Oh, the whole thing's stupid. Whatever. I hope New York doesn't regret what they've done, but we're gonna see. You know, let's see what happens. It's not going to directly affect most of us. I think one of the things I like about Trump the best. There's some things I don't like too, as always, but you know, nobody's perfect. But one of the things I do like about Trump is that he pokes fun. He trolls. He has a fun time. Some reporter started giving him a hard time. He says, "Go away, little piggy." And it pissed everybody off. I mean, he does stuff like that on purpose. Every time they freak out and jump up and down and scream and get in their Prius and hyperventilate and make a video, Trump just sits there and goes, he's trolling. It's a troll. Oh, God. Quit letting in on it. My God. Hold on, no rush. Still on YouTube show. I will get it. Okay. I have a client that's still sending me a show tonight. He's running late. He is the ultimate troll. Um, yeah, where's my jetpack? You know, and the jetpack and the flying car. Those are two things that rely on a technology that we don't have, and that's the ability to manipulate gravity on the molecular level. We cannot do it. We cannot make ourselves weightless. Do you know what we have to do so that astronauts can train in weightlessness? We have to fly a big, huge airplane that's all empty in the middle. It has no deck in the middle. It has no nothing. It's just an empty fuselage with a few seats at the one end. They strap in. They fly them up 38,000 feet. And then they take a death dive. And the plane falls at exactly critical velocity, meaning that the people inside the plane are falling to Earth at the exact same speed that the plane is falling to Earth. Therefore, because there's no wind or friction or anything else, it provides the absolute simulation of weightlessness, because both the plane and the humans are falling to their death at the same rate. Then at the last minute, the pilot pulls it out of the nosedive and they go back up and they do it again. They'll do 2 or 3, 4 of them on a tank of fuel and then they'll head back. And that's how they train for zero gravity. There's only one other way to train for zero gravity. You put them in a spacesuit and you put them in a pool. And you use water. But water provides a resistance that they don't have in space. And water, although it gives them a great opportunity to practice hooking into arms and doing stuff outside the spacecraft, that water provides a lot of resistance, where in space there is no resistance. And so it's not a perfect simulation. And because of the precariousness of the plane, you can't really practice in full gear and full space gear in the plane. They usually go up in the plane wearing nothing but a jumpsuit and socks, because you know you're flying around inside this plane. So it is hard. We don't really have a perfect training environment for our space for our astronauts. We don't. But hopefully one day, maybe. All right. Trump's childhood home just hit the market for $2.3 million. They just did a $500,000 remodel. Should be all set to move in. It's in Queens. A five-bedroom Tudor style house located in affluent Jamaica Estates neighborhood in Queens, New York. Now up on sale for $2.3 million following an extensive renovation. Built in 1940, by Trump's father, Fred Trump. The home is where the president lived until age 4, according to the Wall Street Journal. Nestled on a tree-lined street, the prestigious enclave. Hold on just one second and let me find that window again. I'm hoping I can find out how to make this work. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, Lord God. All right, let me see if I can get this to work. What I have to do is go in here and just hit that plus button. Not working. Oh well. Oh, I don't know why it's there, but it's like it doesn't work on the fly. Unfortunately, we'll have to figure out some other way to do it. Huh, that's weird. know I could do it this way and just hit that. Go there. Nope, it's not. It's just not going to work. Bastard. You know, it's hard to produce like this when things don't work. Yeah, the home was purchased for $835,000. He spent 8 months and $500,000 restoring it. Now it's listed. The listing on the home is for $2.3 million, according to the Journal. There's no water in the house, no power, and it currently not livable, or it wasn't livable. It is now. Len said he purchased the home hoping the property presidential history would appeal to buyers. Full of course. Just 14 miles from Manhattan, Jamaica Estates, median sale price reached about $1.5 million in September, including single-family homes, townhouses, and condos, according to Realtor.com. All right, so there you go. Let's see what else is going on. Well, I do appreciate that super chat, W. Frazier Jr. I do appreciate that very much. I hope I'm saying your name right. And thank you very much for being here and being part of the crew. I do appreciate it. I will be signing off shortly myself. As always, I've got, not right away, but like another hour, 45 minutes maybe. I've got, I still have shows to produce tonight before I can go to bed. The first one airs at 7 a.m. Yeah, when Trump comes out and says he's going to run in 28, they all freak out and go nuts. And then he, like 4 hours later, he'll tell somebody, I'm just bullshitting, and they know it, but they just, you know, he'll let them off the hook, but he's trolling. And I don't know how many times you can fall for it. It's been going on for 10 years. Yeah. All right, I got a couple more things here. If you guys have anything, go ahead and throw it in the chat room. You know what I think it is? I don't think it doesn't do these kind of pictures. I bet you that's the problem. These are those WBP, whatever. I bet you it doesn't do those kind of pictures, and that's why it won't load. Anyway, no big deal. Let's just continue moving on here. Next up, Coast to Coast AM tonight on November 21st on Coast to Coast AM at 1 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time. They're going to have a conversation about Freemasonry and the paranormal, as well as personal and professional growth in this time of chaos and unpredictability. And then they're going to have open lines for the last 2 hours. Coast to Coast, like my show, The Drive with Trey Radel, we do Friday night open lines, both shows. It's kind of a tradition in radio. A lot of shows do it. Where on Friday you encourage your callers to call in and tell you what's on their mind. And so that's what they do. The last 2 hours of Friday is generally always open lines. You got to have fun as a president. I mean, come on. So, for those that weren't in at the very beginning of the show, I made a bunch of purchases today. And one of the things I purchased was the Baofeng UV32, which is a... they are very easily offended. It's funny. This new Baofeng, it's a whole new shape and design. It's kind of cloned a little bit after the Motorola version of this radio. Comes with all kinds of stuff. A belt pouch, 2 antennas, 2 chargers. Just an amazing deal. And so I bought one because they're $36, and I need to do a product review anyway. I haven't done one in a while. So I'm going to do a product review on this probably in the next week. But I'm going to show you guys. I'll do an unboxing tomorrow night. And I'll talk about all the different things that this radio does. It's pretty amazing, obviously. It also receives an aircraft band, and it does weather radio. It does a bunch of different things. It also has a GPS receiver and will give you coordinates. It also has something that I've yet to have a radio. This will be my first radio that has this. It's got app Bluetooth programming, so you can actually download a program into your phone, and you can program the radio with your phone. That's pretty damn cool. So I'm looking forward to getting that so that I can unbox it with you guys, use it for a little while, do a review video on it, and it should be pretty cool. I bought a 13-in-1 USB-C multi-port. This is important. You got to have one of these when you're using one of these big laptops, because you generally, like when I'm doing broadcasting, I'll have 5 or 6 or 10 peripherals to hook up to it. And what this does is it gives me 13 slots. It gives me USB-A's, USB-C's, and it gives me a sound port. It gets a sound card in there. It also has a display port on the other end that you can plug an HDMI into, and it's got a bunch. I think you can even externally power it and everything. So that would give me all of the connections I need into the computer in order to broadcast with it. I have that coming. It'll be here tomorrow. I've got 2 OBSBot tiny Light 2 4K web cameras. These are for PC. They have AI tracking. They have PTZ streaming camera with, it's got the 1/2-inch sensor. It's got gesture control. It's got 60 frames per second. HDR, microphone, web camera for desktop, laptop, computer, meeting, video calls, etc. I got that, and it's pan, tilt, zoom, so I'll be able to put these places, and then I'll be able to control them from a central location. So if I'm going to cover a parade, let's say, I can put one over here on a tripod and bungee cord the tripod to the telephone pole, and now I've got a camera up over the road 10 feet that I can pan, tilt, zoom. And then I take the other one and I put it on a tripod right next to me here, and I can cover it with, up over the crowd, whatever. It's going to give me a lot more ability than I have right now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I got 2 of these coming, and I'm going to be using them in the car when I do stuff in the car. I will not be using them in here because I don't need them in here. I've got right now 4 cameras in here already that are all hooked up. You guys have you can, Daddy, please get off the buttons. God damn, it's like every day. Yeah, and you can see I've got I've already got cameras in here. I've got one. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. I've got the one up here that you're looking there on. I've got the one up here that looks this way in the studio, and then of course I've got my main one here, and then I've got a 4th one that I'm not using. That one there what it's used for, and the reason I have it is if I'm going to work over on the workbench, I've got a little area over here, and the camera goes up so that I can work on something and show you how to fix something or whatever. That's what that one's actually for. But all this is set up to where, you know, I can sit over there and do the show. I can sit over here and do the show. Because I'm doing it every night, it's become kind of a routine, and this is my main spot, so that's where I do it. But also sometimes other people are here that can use the equipment as well. So I know when Simplex Radio came down, he went over there and set up, and he uses that workstation over there. So anyway, there you go. That's what I got there. So the other things I got coming. I've got the 4K DVI video capture card, and what this does is it takes the radio output, the video output of my Yaesu FT710 radio, comes out of there, bought a brand new cable, that goes into this box, and the box then USBs into the computer, and guess what? It's a webcam. It turns my radio's screen into a webcam capture, which is really cool if you think about it. The UV32 is analog. It is analog. I don't think it does digital. I think it just does analog. You know, I think I did listen to that story on a replay on Art Bell. They replayed that about 10 years ago, and I listened to the whole thing. That's cool that you talked to Art Bell on 10 meters. That's really, I would love to be able to say that. I would love to have been able to talk to Art Bell. That's amazing. Art Bell was the host of Coast to Coast AM before George Norrie, and he has passed along. God rest his soul. The UV32, yours is DMR. The one I ordered is not DMR. It didn't say anything about, I didn't want DMR. I don't do DMR. I did DMR. I don't like DMR. It says rechargeable UV32 5RM 5K walkie-talkie with GPS app programming, copy frequency, USB-C charging for survival gear. High gain antenna, charging methods. Has low, medium, high power switching, built-in GPS function, frequency duplication. That's where you can listen. You can transmit another radio, and it will find the frequency. AM reception on aircraft band, stopwatch timer, FM radio, LED flashlight, stopwatch function, DTMF, Vox, alarm function. Jesus, 2,500 milliamp battery, large capacity lithium ion, and other functions. I'm sure this is not a DMR. I'm sure. I don't want a DMR, so I'm hoping it's not. DMR sounds like shit. Yeah, I'm relatively sure this is just analog. That's what I ordered. That's what I wanted. If it said DMR anywhere, I wouldn't have ordered it, because I've gone down that road. It was such a mess. Oh, it's the DM32. Well, there you go. I think UV32, the UV25, the UV is for UHF, BHF, I'm pretty sure is what that's for. And it makes sense that you have the DM for digital mode, or DMR. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, they're pretty smart over there. All right, anyway. They got me figured out. All right, let's see here. What else do I got? Oh, this is pretty cool now. What this thing is... here, I'll put it over here and turn that off. Woo. Hold on, let me set this up. Give me a second. Yeah, this next thing I bought, I want you guys to see this. This is pretty cool. This is an industrial 4G LTE Cat4 cellular router with Wi-Fi enhanced signal for remote sites. This has dual SIM slots. What this thing does is it basically provides a Wi-Fi to your computer, your phone, your tablet, your camera, using a 5G internet connection, or 4G, whatever it is. I think this is this one's 4G. I personally wasn't going to spend the extra $100 to get the 5G. I don't need it. This is going to work great. Besides, the 5G doesn't work as good in the mountains as the 4G because a lot of the towers don't have the 5G yet. Anyway, the point is, this thing hooks up to. Notice it has antennas. Has 3 antennas. It has 3 antenna spots, and it has 2 SIM card spots. You can put. I've got a T-Mobile SIM card and an AT&T SIM card. I can put them both in there, and it will use both of them to give me an internet connection, and it will internet share back and forth. So it's supposed to work. I don't know. It's got to be better than what I have now, because what I have now, I cannot hook antennas up to. And that's what I really need, is to be able to put magnetic antennas up on top of my car so that I can stay online a lot longer than I do now. So that's what I need to do. I've got this on the way. It'll be here on Sunday. And this will allow me to go online and stay online for a long period of time, you know, and if one service begins to drop, the other one will pick up and go back and forth, and hopefully this will allow me to stay online better, longer, clearer than I am now. But that's kind of the plan. So we're gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna hope that that works, because I'm like I said, I'm gonna get the antennas for the roof and the whole bit to make sure that it works for our broadcasting purposes. I got a case for the laptop, of course. These little cameras I got, I just want to show you those real quick since I got the side screen set up. These cameras here, look at this. This is an awesome piece of equipment right here. These are pan-tilt zoom. They got a standard quarter 20 on the bottom, and they do a bunch of different things. You can even put it in the room, like if you're doing a talk, you can actually put it there, and it will follow you. It will follow you back and forth like a camera operator. It does some really cool stuff. It also does gestures. You can do certain things and make it do things if you turn that on, and so on and so forth. It's 4K at 30 frames per second. It's 1080p at 60 frames per second. This should be everything I need in a camera, and I bought 2. So these will be in these will be here tomorrow. These will literally arrive tomorrow, and I'll be able to show these to you tomorrow once they get here and we get back on the air. But these are pretty amazing because you know, the pan tilt zoom, they got some stupid pictures, but yeah, there you go. You can mount it on a mount. You can sit it on a flat surface, however you want to do it. All right, so yeah, that's that one, and like I said, I'm pretty happy with that one right there, because that's those are nice cameras, and I need to get some. I needed some nicer cameras, And then this was something that I've always wanted when I had a laptop, and I never had it. And so finally, yeah, I purchased one. It was only like it was 85 bucks. Look at this. It goes onto your laptop, and it is another laptop. It's ultralight, and it's another laptop screen that just clips right on the side of my existing laptop screen. And there's different ways to do it. You can do it upright or down. When I put the laptop in my car, I'm going to put a mount specifically for this other screen, because it's not going to be hanging on the laptop driving down the road. That'll end up ruining the laptop. So I won't do that. That screen will be on its own stand to the right of the laptop. But when you're sitting in my car, you'll have the air conditioner radio in the middle, right? With my big radio right there in the middle. And then to the right of that, you've got the tablet, which is probably going to be switching to an upright mode. And then you've got the laptop, and then the screen for the laptop over here in the right seat, way over on the right seat, like where someone would be sitting. And so by sitting in the car, I'm going to have a flat surface with my mouse on it right there where my arm goes. So I'll be able to literally mouse while I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I'll be able to produce an entire broadcast sitting in the car. I'm going to have multiple pan tilt zoom cameras. You're going to be able to see the radio, the front of the radio, clearly, because it's going to be a screen capture. And I'm going to have a little camera in there on me. I'm going to have we can put cameras out the front, out the back, looking out the side. I'm even working on a roof-mounted system. So, you know, this here, I'll hit it. There's not much to see on this one. It's just a 14-inch like monitor. This one's pretty cool though. These are only 85 bucks. It wasn't a lot of money. I've only bought one. But I do want to have the side screen when I'm doing broadcasting. I use 6 screens for this broadcast. I could only try to imagine doing this broadcast with only 2 screens, but I'm going to try. You can see I forget things now. Oh boy. All right, let's see what we got. What else? What's next? Let me reset that again. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing I'll show you guys, I did get a new laptop. I thought I ordered the black one, but it looks like they sent me the blue one, which is fine, because I couldn't decide whether I wanted the black one or the blue one. The blue one looks really cool. It's like navy blue. And so I went ahead. I couldn't remember if I made up my mind or not, but it looks like I ordered the blue one. Anyway, this is it right here. This is the laptop I got. It's a Ryzen 9, which is the same chip that's running this broadcast right now. It's an amazing processor, very fast. It's the highest one they make right now, the Ryzen 9. And notice this has 64 gigabytes of RAM. That's what I'm running in this big machine. This actually has all the same numbers that this desktop machine has. This laptop should perform, other than heat dissipation, because it's hard with laptops. Heat dissipation's always your problem. Of course, it's sitting in the car. You can blow the cool air right on it, but you have to be careful with the heat dissipation. But other than heat dissipation, this computer should be every bit as good, pretty much, as this desktop that I'm using right now. So I'm hoping that it will be ready to go. It has a USB-C charging standard, which I really like. Again, it's got the backlit keyboard, which I really wanted, and I don't care about the fingerprint thing, but it does have a pretty good sized battery in it. It will should last a little while on the battery. It does have Windows 11. There's not really any choice. If I want the latest, greatest computer, it pretty much has to have the latest, greatest operating system in it. So I'm going to get it with 11. I may roll it back if I can, but it's such an old computer, it's probably best if I just leave it with what came in it. So I'm going to get a chance to see how bad I either like or dislike Windows 11. All right. Yeah, that laptop's something else, isn't it? I mean, I should be able to. I'm gonna be producing multi-screen shows with this damn thing. It's got to be good. You know what I mean? Well, and I may eventually try that. I don't know. I've got one Linux machine now, but I have such a hard time using it because I don't know how to use Linux. I can get it to do things. I'm learning slowly. But Linux is a bear to learn because it's not as user friendly as Windows. It's better, much better, but not as the UI is not as friendly, and so that's my issue with it. Lots of times you'll end up with a command prompt, and I hate that. I'm a point and click kind of guy. But anyway, there you go. That's the computer I got coming. It'll be here in a couple days, and I'm going to be putting that on a deck that I'm building on the right seat of my car. I'm actually building a deck that will go in that seat. It's something that when I have riders, I can remove it, but it'll be in that seat. And the computer will sit in a spot that I'll have set up for it, where it'll have like blocks that will hold it in place, and everything will sit mounted. And then also mounted on that will be probably at least one radio, although I am looking at mounting that the head of my VHF UHF radio comes off, and I'm thinking about installing it up on my head up top. It's going to be a real pain in the ass to do though. I got airbags and all kinds of shit to deal with, but I'm really wanting that radio up out of the way. So yeah, it's going to be cool. One of the first big things I'm going to do with it is coming up is the Edison Festival of Light Parade, the Thomas Alva Edison Festival of Light Parade. I'm going to show you guys the parade in a 4-screen. It'll be a 4-screen or some kind of split screen. So we're going to see how that goes. But I think it's going to be really cool because you'll be able to watch the parade from like you do everything else with multiple screens. Please don't sit on the keyboard. Thank you. Okay. Oh. What else is there? But that's what I have coming. My whole plan with this equipment is to get basically get me up on mobile. I got to get to where I can broadcast a good show mobily. This looks really weird in the camera right now. You know, it looks like I'm like sitting on your head or something. Okay, that's better. Yep, it should. Okay, what do you mean by modern cars and ham radio? You mean because of the physicality? I completely agree. With the airbags, you got to be careful. You can't screw into nothing. You can't have nothing mounted on something that comes apart when the car gets in a wreck. So there's very limited places, like right up between the visors up there. I've got a thing with 2 lights on it and a couple of buttons. I think I can mount it up there. I think, and it will fit. Also, there's a sunglasses thing that you can touch and it comes down. I may take that out and mount it up in there on a 45-degree angle. It would look really cool, and it would be easy to see, and it would be kind of up out of the way a little bit more. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all this stuff. It's going to be a hell of a thing. I got to get up in the morning and fix my pump. I got to replace the pump in the morning. I got to go to Home Depot, spend about $500, come home, replace the pump. That's what I got to do in the morning. And then towards afternoon, usually 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll get this shipment in. I'm not getting it all tomorrow, but I'm getting quite a bit of it tomorrow. And so, I got the 7900. Is it the TYT 7900 or QIT 7900? It's like the 8900. It's a good radio. It's like a dual radio. It's like got 2 radios in one, and the head detaches, and it actually has a mounting piece that clips on it, and I do have that. And I've still got a brand new cable I haven't even unwound yet for it between there. So yeah, I'm thinking seriously about doing it. I just got to get that wire all tucked in and everything with these airbags and stuff. I don't know. We didn't have to deal with all this when I used to do installs, you know. When I was at the fire department, I did all the radio installs. I fixed all the light bars and the sirens, and I did almost all the automotive wiring, and that was kind of my thing. That was one of my contributions. And back then, you didn't have to worry much about airbags and shit like that. Yes, I do wish cars had Anderson power poles for 12-volt DC access. Right now, I got to get mine fixed. I got my wire running across the quarter panel and back into the driver's door. I don't like it. You can't really notice it, but I don't like it. I don't want it like that. I want it run through the firewall. But in these new cars, find a way to get something through the firewall. I dare you. Yeah, that TYT is good. That's a good radio. I like the fact that it's like 2 separate radios in one. I use the crossband repeat on occasion. Like if there's a net going on, I'll set it for low power and low power, and I'll set the turn, as they call it, which is actually a repeater, and that way I can go sit in my bedroom and participate on the net with my little portable. My voice is going, guys. I'm about losing it here. It's graveling out. All right, last call in the chat room. Anything you guys want me to bring up or discuss? Whew, man, I'm tired. I still got a show coming in, but it should be here pretty quick. All right, guys. Well, listen, if I'm on every day from 5 to 8 on the Drive with Trey Radel. That's my show that I produce and have produced for 7 years now since it started. And before that, I produced Daybreak. I've been a producer on radio now for 14 years. And that is what I do for primary employment. And that's where I'm at every afternoon. So I just wanted to put that in there. That's how you can listen to us live. Oh, Jesus. I just typed that in the wrong box and hit enter. I was trying to find our Spotify page for you guys. Let me see if I can get that to come up here. I don't have these on my link sheet yet. There we go. All right. And if there's any other links you guys want, let me know. That first link I put in, that's if you want to listen live between 5 and 8. And this one is if you want to listen later. And I cut the commercials out. So if you do the listen later one, you don't have to listen to the commercials. Well, thanks, Junior. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is a good show. Trey's a very unique individual. He's a lot of fun, and we make politics fun again. At least we try. I think we do a pretty good job sometimes. Because we do truly try to make it fun. Because politics doesn't have to be terrible all the time. Oh, good. My shows are coming in. I can't dial in and do it because they're still producing a Friday Night Lights. The high school football show goes on to like 11 o'clock. And that's the studio I have to dial into, so it's kind of weird. I have to wait till I can get to that computer anyway. Oh, is it really? Well, there you go, Cat 3 in Australia. All right, let me see. And I have a list of links that I'm working on here. And so if there's any links you guys need to any of the stuff we talk about here, I'm getting them. And as I give them to you guys, I put them on this list. So I'm getting one hell of a comprehensive list here of all the links that we use. I don't know about the polar vortex. The almanac stuff I looked at, you know, the long-term forecasting and all that, they were looking at slightly cooler than normal in the Midwest and stuff like that. Anytime, Victor. I love doing it. I don't feel good. I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing stuff like Daytona Bike Week or some of these big events that go on in Orlando. I'm thinking about going and driving around St. Augustine with you guys and doing touring and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff I can do once this setup is ready. Yeah, there you go. Is that the ham clock ones? Those are really good. Well, Eyes, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here. No worries. Okay, let's see here. Oh. All right, if there's nobody needs any of that. Oh, the next, yeah, I'm getting ready to sign off. The next launch is overnight tonight at 2 a.m. in the morning, and it's from Cape Canaveral. So we might have a launch this morning at 2 a.m. Let's see. Boy, that page is taking a while to refresh. Okay, our solar flux is 121 with a K indices of 2. That should be about normal, about moderate when it comes to HF propagation. I don't think I'm going to be going out this weekend because I won't be ready. I won't get the computer till Monday. Maybe next weekend we'll go out on a dry run and I'll have everything hooked up. And we'll head out on the road and we'll see what happens. We'll test it all out. I should be able to do that coming up next week, next weekend. But this weekend, I'm still getting all the equipment in this weekend. So But it's going to be a lot of fun. I've never seen anyone do what I'm about to do. What, basically setting up a studio in a car. I mean, if you think about it, a few of these storm chasers do something very similar to this, where they're using a camera on the roof and they're pan tilt zooming, and they're using multiple cameras and putting up radars and stuff while they're traveling. I'll be able to do all that kind of stuff, so that's going to be neat. All right, guys, if there's nothing else, I'm going to let you go for tonight. It's coming up on 2 hours here. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great week this week. I'm probably going to come on tomorrow night. No promises. But if I feel okay and nothing comes up, I'll probably come on tomorrow night. I'm putting it in the 85 percentile. So you guys can check that out if I'm here. Hopefully I will be. Hit that notification bell. And just check and see if I'm on. It will be 9 p.m. If there's breaking news tomorrow or Sunday, I should be here most of the weekend. And I plan to cover anything that comes in big. So there you go. That's what I got. If there's nothing else, I'm going to let you guys go. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. Live from StarShip Studios, my name's Ian. This has been the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures. And we'll be back probably tomorrow night for another adventure. Sunday night for sure, as we go through this new equipment and start getting it hooked up and ready for live broadcasting mobile. And I can't wait to get that going. So we're looking forward to that. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, hopefully, and if not, Sunday night. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great night and a safe tomorrow. 7 3s.